There are many violent adventures to be had all over the island of Sodor. From wars at the harbors to rail chases around the countryside. But no matter the adventure, nobody is killed, because the plot says so and there are many pop culture references. This is a tale of 5 or 6 characters brought together by fate, because the world either felt like they deserved it or needed something new to do. Meet our first souls, Donald and Douglas. One day they were double-heading a goods train down the main line, when suddenly they saw the crossing gates were against them. "Stop!" Donald shouted. Douglas actually used his brakes this time, but it was too late. 8. Then, a silver ticket flew out of one of the trucks and landed on Donald's footplate. "Look at that, Donald," said Douglas. "A ticket for both of us." The driver picked it up. "It says we're allowed to go on an epic adventure to Charlie's chocolate factory in 2 hours. "English, motherfucker, do you speak it?" snapped Donald. "You are making that place up." The driver then looked up the factory on Google Maps. It's where Mr. Jolly's chocolate factory is. Charlie now owns the factory. Before we go to the factory, we gotta fill up on coal and then drop some trucks off at the slate quarry where another engine will pick up the rest of the train. "Hey, Lion," called Douglas as he saw him pulling up. "Would you mind taking these trucks to the slate quarry?" "Sure," said Ryan. "I'll be able to go on an adventure like you two one day." Then Trevor spoke up. "The vicar gave me a day off and I want to learn more about the island. May I come with you?" "I don't see why not," said Douglas. They loaded Trevor on a flatbed and went off to the coaling plant. Ryan soon arrived at the slate quarry, where he parked some trucks to be collected by Arthur later, and left the needed trucks for Bill and Ben. Suddenly, he saw something under a rock. "What's that?" he asked curiously. His driver picked it up. "It's a silver ticket," said his driver. "Since you did something nice, it says you're allowed to go on an epic adventure, the same one Donald and Douglas are going to." "Let's go," puffed Ryan eagerly. "Adventure awaits," and he puffed away. Only a few feet down the line, BoCo was exhaustedly dealing with Bill and Ben. "I wish I could do something refreshing to relieve me of having to deal with these two for a while," sighed BoCo. "I love them like they're my kids, but still." Then his driver walked up. "You won't fucking believe this, BoCo," he said eagerly. "This silver ticket says we get to go on an epic adventure. It's a reward for all the hard work you do putting up with Bill and Ben. I'll fill you up on more oil and we can go." "I wonder who else will be going on that adventure," BoCo smiled. "But regardless, I've been given a chance and I will take it." Meanwhile, at Hackenbeck, Daisy had just willingly shoot a cow off the line all by herself. The station master greeted her warmly. "As a reward for all your hard work," he said, "take this silver ticket. You may go on an epic adventure." "Thank you, sir," smiled Daisy. "I can't wait to see BoCo again, and Ryan too." She soon purred away, ready to go on this adventure. It wasn't long before the group met up at the chocolate factory. When they got there, they saw a massive warehouse that was now connected to the chocolate factory. And soon, Charlie pulled out of the warehouse. "Hello," said Charlie ominously. "Come on in." The group nervously entered. As they parked in the large empty warehouse, Charlie spoke up. "May I help you all with some refreshments?" "I see milkshakes!" Ryan gasped, and he and Daisy raced over to some trucks filled with milkshakes and started drinking them. "They're so delicious," cheered Daisy. "They're actually the result of something leaving your body." "Anyways," asked Charlie, "do you want to know why I wanted you all to come here today?" "Yes," replied BoCo. "What made you want us us to have an adventure. I couldn't turn the main engines into my slaves down here, so you're my next options. The engines all attempted to make a run for it, but Charlie's driver quickly closed the doors to the outside world. You're my engines now, Charlie grinned. Staff, come help me take them to the boiler room. You stay away from us, you psycho, yelled Daisy. Their drivers pulled out guns and made Charlie's minions go unconscious because nobody was killed, obviously. Donald then bumped Charlie off the line, knocking him unconscious due to the strength. But the door to the outside world was still closed off. Great, said Daisy. We're going to be stuck here forever. This is all your fault, all you buffoons, as she gestured to Donald and Douglas. This was nobody's fault, chimed in Ryan. We came here for an adventure. We're in this together. If we want to get out of here, we gotta work together. Ryan is right, agreed BoCo. We should try and call someone to help break us out. Any ideas? The vicar knows I'm missing, chimed Trevor nervously. My driver will text him to send help. Stepney soon arrived with the vicar on board, who was looking very concerned for Trevor's well-being. Workmen got out and melted the door, blocking the engines in. You made me worried sick, said the vicar. Please don't run off without telling me where you're going ever again. And the vicar said to Trevor. Trevor agreed, and they set off back to the orchard. As for the engines, they got fueled up and soon set off for their next adventure. But as they puffed along the line, they heard a voice. Come back to Johnny's Truck Factory! It's all it's cracked up to be! Go faster, panicked Ryan. Charlie attempted to shoot cocaine at them to make them slow down, but it only made Shed Valley look like a snowy winter wonderland. The chase continued for a while before eventually they sped through Peel Godric. I saw Charlie coming and got out my camera. I ran into the signal box and changed the points to be against Charlie. Charlie sped through the station, and unaware the points were against him. He couldn't stop in time and shot off the rails. Since he'd crashed just outside a police station, the police and SWAT team came and arrested him. Sir Topham Hatt came in and suggested that Charlie be sentenced to community service at the Sodor Ironworks. Charlie frequently found himself in arguments with Diesel Tenton, but Charlie had one last plan he would put into action soon, and it involved convincing two engines who are famous for drug businesses to join him.